Thank you, Director Kramer, and for all the outstanding work DOT is doing right now to help in this situation. Our troopers have been extremely busy this week, as you might imagine, especially in the last 2 days. As of noon today, we've assisted over 400 stranded motorists since this storm began on Thursday, and most of those drivers have slidden off the road or became stranded in the middle of the traffic lanes because of snow or because of vehicle malfunctions. For this entire week, we're well over 900 motorist assists, probably by 1,000 by now. While this week included 2 major winter storms, this latest storm has included both challenges and risks that are much different than the storm earlier this week. The extreme cold and bitter wind chills can be life-threatening, even with limited exposure. This latest snowfall was also light, and it is conducive to blowing around. The heavy winds aren't going to subside, what we're hearing, until very late tonight. Our troopers have encountered hundreds of motorists who thought that it was safe to travel, only to become stranded and start causing what we refer to as the domino effect. You're going down an east-west highway, it looks great, you become stranded, other vehicles become stranded behind you, now we can't get emergency vehicles to you, we can't get plows to plow around those vehicles. As of right now, we're trying to effect a rescue of 2 people stranded in a vehicle in Saunders County who've been there since last night. They've run out of fuel, they've run out of food and water, and our closest trooper, the closest we can get to them is 6 miles. Until we can get other resources to them, they're going to be in dire straits. I'm confident that we'll get the equipment needed to get those folks out. That is being repeated over and over and over throughout eastern Nebraska. The best way to prevent that from happening is to not go outside and drive. It's as simple as that. If we have to divert resources to you when you become stuck, that's one fewer resource that may be needed in an emergency that was not predictable and was not preventable, whether that be a snowplow, a fire truck, an ambulance, a trooper. If resources are being devoted to something that's preventable, we can't help somebody else. It's simple as that. As the governor said, help your neighbors, help your fellow Nebraskans. Don't become part of the problem. It's going to take us multiple days to get out of this situation, so we really need everybody's help, and the best way to help is to stay home. One other thing, just remember, if you do become stranded, if you do have an emergency, use 911 or *55 on your mobile, and we will do our very best to get resources to you to help with your emergency. Again, let's try to prevent the emergencies from happening in the first place by simply staying home.